Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Please excuse me for the lack of eye contact I will be giving in this video. Greetings and peace be upon you, my fellow Americans, my brothers and sisters of Islam, and all those who are watching this video. As an American Muslim, I would also like to voice my opinion, as so many others have done, about a very heated topic going on right now. It's about the proposed Park Place, New York Islamic Community Center and mosque near Ground Zero. Many Americans feel that building the mosque is wrong beyond belief because Islam is the devil's religion, or that Muslims aren't entitled to build a mosque there, or that building a mosque there would be an insult to all Americans and terribly insensitive. Firstly, before using the arguments that the mosque shouldn't be built because Islam is the devil's religion and that Muslims are all terrorists, do your research. Don't go on a few anti-Islamic websites and claim you know Islam. Don't judge Muslims just because they follow a certain religion, but judge them on what they do or what they say. Assess their actions. As a great American once said, human beings shouldn't judge others by the color of their skin, or in this case religion, but by the content of their character. So please, make yourself somewhat intelligent, and don't use the argument that the mosque shouldn't come up because Muslims are heinous, hateful people, and having another mosque will only increase the lawlessness or hate. Not to get off topic, but I think the reason why so many people resent the mosque is because of Islamophobia. The world, is seeing a growing number of Muslims and an enlargement of Islam. Perhaps people aren't used to so many people praying 5 times a day, or a person fasting to be closer to God, or even a woman covering her hair. I think people fear or hate Islam because it's growing, to be specific, by 20,000 Muslims in a year in America alone. Then skeptics will ask, then how is such a wrong religion spreading so fast? It's not because of more mosques are being built, or because we force people into Islam, but it's because more people are curious, more people are reading the right sources, more people are experimenting with the Quran. I think the resentment for having another mosque, especially in New York, 2 blocks away from that tragic event that so many falsely connect with Islam, is because much of America and possibly the world has a fear of Islam. And this fear is wrongly fueled by what they see on news channels and by anti-Islamic websites. Secondly, I believe that it's perfectly legal and constitutional to build a mosque/community center at Park Place. Firstly, the land and building is private property and is in no way a historical landmark. If one wanted to build anything where the Twin Towers used to stand, even I would consider that an insult. However, the fact that it's not on Ground Zero, nor is it public property, nor a historical landmark, legally it can be constructed. Some go as to say the area is holy and sacred ground for New Yorkers and Americans alike. Yet how holy can you claim the place to be when right across the street there's a strip joint and a gambling store down the street? If it's so holy and sacred, why then do we allow other places of worship to be built and reside there? Constitutionally, America was founded and began on freedom from religious persecution and grew up on principles of religious tolerance and objectivity. So the fact that 235 years after the Declaration of Independence and Constitution were written, we still are angered by the fact that America is practicing what it stands for? All this, even after our forefathers established the foundations of our nation, which include freedom of speech and freedom of religion, to our one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all? I can't see any liberty or justice if fellow American Muslims are denied to build a house of worship. I don't see any freedom when a nation gets blackmailed by some man down south saying he'll burn the Quran if this pulls through. And now it's pro-Islam, pro-mosque and community center Americans that are insensitive? I personally believe that the question asked shouldn't be whether the mosque can or can't be built. It's more of a question of should it be built. A lot of people in New York, me being one of them, and so many Americans around the globe have been hurt by what happened on 9/11. It was an attack to an entire nation, not by Muslims, as so many tend to believe, but by extremist radicals who had a perverse and incorrect idea of what fundamental Islam is about. No Muslim would ever take away the lives of 3,000 people and devastate so many broken families and call it submitting to the will of Allah, or jihad, or anything close to Islamic. Moving along, I feel that the best argument is the fact that many Americans are still devastated by what happened on September 11th, and that building a mosque would be a spit in the face as those crazy others, or those insane Muslims who are also American, are being intolerably insensitive and inconsiderate. Well, did you ever think that Muslims also died on September 11th? Did you consider that I was terrified for my dad's life when he was there? Did you ever consider how it felt to be told my religion was the cause of so many people's deaths? Did you even once think about how it felt to be one of the million Muslims living in America, or how we were treated after 9/11? No, I wouldn't say so. And if you had, maybe you wouldn't consider it so insensitive that Muslims could use another place to pray. Again, I strongly feel that this mosque/community center would be a great site, not because it's currently an abandoned old factory, nor is it because I am a Muslim myself, but because it is a big step for Americans to prove what America stands for. That mosque, if built, and the step closer it brings to harmonious coexistence of different faiths and beliefs under one banner of stars and stripes, is evidence enough to show that America is a much better nation than what we make it out to be. Please feel free to leave a comment or rate this video, and again, thanks for watching.